Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I'm your host, Jenny. Today, we have some exciting news to share. First off, researchers at the Chinese University of Hong Kong are making waves by transforming kombucha's bacterial cellulose into a biodegradable plastic substitute. This innovative material could revolutionize food packaging and leather alternatives, aligning with Hong Kong's commitment to reducing plastic waste. In another story, the solar panel industry in China is experiencing a storm as a recent agreement among major manufacturers to stabilize prices is facing significant challenges. With oversupply and plummeting prices, industry experts are concerned that continued losses could threaten innovation and China's competitive edge in the global solar market. The future of this crucial sector hangs in the balance. Lastly, British Finance Minister Rachel Reeves is in China, aiming to strengthen trade relations despite criticism at home. Her visit seeks to revive economic discussions that have been stagnant since 2019, highlighting the importance of maintaining open dialogue with China for the benefit of British businesses. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post reports on groundbreaking research at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, where scientists are transforming an ingredient from the trendy drink kombucha into a sustainable alternative to plastic. Led by Professor Nai Tu, the team is harnessing bacterial cellulose produced by the fermentation process involving a gelatinous mass known as SCOBY. This innovative material is biodegradable, waterproof, and edible, making it suitable for food packaging and even synthetic leather. With the global push to reduce plastic waste, the team aims to refine the cellulose film to improve transparency and shelf life, while exploring collaborations with the food industry to utilize leftover tea leaves and sugar, ultimately paving the way for a greener future. In another report from South China Morning Post, the Chinese solar panel industry faces a critical juncture as a recent agreement among manufacturers to curb oversupply and stabilize prices is on the verge of collapse. The China Photovoltaic Industry Association, CPIA, had initiated a self-discipline pact reminiscent of OPEC, but just days later, dissent emerged when a major project ignored the agreed price floor, triggering further discontent among industry players. With overcapacity plaguing the sector, prices have plummeted, resulting in significant losses for many companies and layoffs in a workforce exceeding 5 million. Analysts warn that without stricter regulations and cohesive participation from all manufacturers, the industry risks a rapid shakeout, which could either stabilize the market or lead to a chaotic collapse. Nikkei Asia highlights British Finance Minister Rachel Reeves' visit to China amidst domestic financial challenges, where she advocates for pragmatic and predictable relations to bolster economic growth. This visit marks an attempt to revive high-level discussions that have been stalled since 2019, emphasizing the importance of trade ties with the world's second-largest economy. Reeves' meetings with Chinese officials, including Vice President Han Jing, aim to facilitate dialogue on mutual interests, while also addressing areas of contention. As the UK navigates its economic landscape, Reeves underscores the need for strategic engagement with China, particularly in light of potential trade tensions stemming from US policies, reflecting a shift from the previous administration's more confrontational stance. South China Morning Post reports on Hong Kong boxer Tyson Ng, who has transformed his career by prioritizing mental skills alongside physical training. During the challenging COVID-19 years, Ng became a registered mental skills sports coach, recognizing that boxing is as much a mental game as it is physical. His newfound mental fortitude helped him overcome a career bottleneck, leading to significant improvements in his performance. In November, he achieved a remarkable victory by knocking out Achariya Wairojanasunabal to capture the WBC Asia Super Middleweight belt, making him the first boxer from the region to hold 4 WBC titles. This victory also catapulted him into the WBC World Rankings, where he proudly represents Hong Kong as one of only 5 Asian boxers on the list. In another article, the South China Morning Post discusses the evolving landscape of Hong Kong cinema, which is poised for growth in 2025 despite challenges such as reduced government funding and political censorship. Film academic Kenny Ng Kwok Kwan expresses optimism that the local film industry will produce more human-centric movies that resonate with audiences and reflect societal issues. Notable films from 2024, including The Way We Talk and Montages of a Modern Motherhood, have set the stage for a promising year ahead. Ng highlights a shift in audience expectations, moving away from purely entertaining narratives to those that address real human experiences, paving the way for what he terms humane cinema. As the industry faces hurdles, Ng believes that quality films will still attract viewers, similar to past eras of Cantonese cinema. Lastly, the South China Morning Post features an interview with Eric Falk, chairman of the Football Association of Hong Kong, discussing the ambitious goal of qualifying for the 2034 FIFA World Cup. Falk emphasizes the importance of youth development, noting the introduction of an under-22 Premier League to nurture talent and create a clear career path for young players. He acknowledges the competitive landscape for hosting international matches, especially with the upcoming Kai Tak Sports Park, which promises to enhance Hong Kong's appeal as a football destination. Falk also addresses the challenges posed by the COVID pandemic but expresses confidence in the momentum of local football, aiming to develop a stronger league and improve the city's FIFA ranking. As Hong Kong football evolves, Falk envisions a future where players gain valuable international experience, ultimately benefiting the representative team. BBC Rachel Reeves, the UK Chancellor, is set to embark on a pivotal visit to China, with the primary goal of enhancing the economic well-being of British workers. This trip comes amidst rising criticism and financial turmoil back home, where UK borrowing costs have surged to a 16-year high and the value of the pound has weakened significantly. Despite accusations from the Conservatives that she is fleeing to China, the government defends the importance of this visit, highlighting the need for deeper economic cooperation with China, which is a crucial trading partner for the UK. Reeves plans to address sensitive topics such as China's support for Russia in the Ukraine conflict and human rights issues in Hong Kong, while seeking to bolster trade relations that could potentially support over 450,000 jobs in the UK. South China Morning Post, a fascinating exploration of the history of lotteries in China, reveals a long-standing tradition that dates back thousands of years. From a game involving marked boxes in 200 BC to the 19th century Weixing lottery, which allowed bets on the outcomes of imperial examinations, lotteries have evolved but remained a popular form of gambling. The narrative takes a dark turn with the tale of a Weixing operator who was brutally murdered for selling fraudulent tickets, showcasing the risks and societal implications of gambling. Despite various attempts to ban lotteries throughout history due to moral concerns and fraud, the enduring appeal of lotteries suggests that regulating this form of entertainment may be more beneficial than attempting to suppress it. South China Morning Post, the Education University of Hong Kong, EDU, is taking action after discovering that over 900 non-local students failed to submit their visa details, raising significant concerns from the Immigration Department. In response, EDU is establishing a task force to improve its reminder mechanisms for visa submissions, emphasizing that it is the students' responsibility to maintain their visa status. The university has set a deadline for these students to comply, warning that failure to do so could result in the cancellation of their student IDs and access to essential facilities. The situation highlights the critical importance of compliance with immigration regulations, as violations can lead to severe penalties, including imprisonment and hefty fines. South China Morning Post reports on the recent FA Cup match that marked Graham Potter's debut as West Ham's manager, which ended in disappointment as Aston Villa came from behind to win 2-1. West Ham initially took the lead with a goal from Lucas Paqueta, but Villa's Amadou Onana equalized after a mistake from goalkeeper Łukasz Fabianski, followed by Morgan Rogers securing the victory. The match showcased the struggles of West Ham, who had hoped to advance in the tournament. Meanwhile, the England rugby scene is in turmoil, with calls for the resignation of RFU CEO Bill Sweeney following a record financial loss. The controversy stems from Sweeney's substantial salary amid the union's financial struggles, leading to a special general meeting to address the discontent of member clubs. The Guardian highlights the steadfast position of Panama Canal officials in response to claims made by President-elect Donald Trump regarding control of the canal. Ricourt Vasquez, the canal's administrator, firmly stated that it will remain under Panamanian control and accessible to all nations, refuting Trump's assertions about Chinese influence over its operations. He emphasized the importance of adhering to established rules to avoid chaos and mentioned the neutrality treaty that prevents preferential treatment for U.S.-flagged vessels. The canal, which plays a crucial role in international shipping, has seen increased fees due to reduced traffic caused by droughts affecting its operational capacity. In a separate story, the South China Morning Post also covers Emma Raducanu's decision to forego treatment for an insect bite before the Australian Open, expressing concern over potential contamination from the antiseptic spray offered to her. The British tennis star, who is allergic to insect bites, described the swelling and discomfort but chose to tough it out rather than risk any adverse effects from the treatment. As the tournament approaches, Raducanu's situation highlights the challenges athletes face in managing health issues while competing at high levels. South China Morning Post reports that the Paraiba tourmaline is rapidly becoming a star in the world of jewelry, eclipsing traditional gems like diamonds and rubies. This rare gemstone, discovered only in the late 1980s in Brazil, is celebrated for its striking neon blue color, which is a result of copper and manganese trace elements. The recent auction of a cushion-shaped 5.44-carat Paraiba tourmaline ring for over $500,000 highlights its soaring popularity and value. Luxury brands such as Bulgari, Pomellato, and Dior are incorporating these vibrant stones into their high jewelry collections, showcasing the unique allure of Paraiba tourmalines, which now also come from Nigeria and Mozambique, adding to their appeal and versatility in modern designs. In another piece, the South China Morning Post discusses the recent dismissal of Jared Mayo as head coach of the New England Patriots after just one season. Factors leading to his firing included a controversial decision to play cards on the team plane after a significant loss, which raised eyebrows among the coaching staff. While Mayo's abrupt exit has left his wife, Chantel Mayo, no longer the First Lady of Foxborough, she continues to thrive in her entrepreneurial endeavors. A talented entrepreneur, Chantel has made a name for herself in cosmetology, cooking, and floral design, while also being an influencer with a dedicated following. She runs a children's fashion boutique and hosts an annual Valentine's Day party, showcasing her commitment to empowering women. Lastly, the South China Morning Post introduces Buck Palmer, the new romantic interest of former Victoria's Secret model Alessandra Ambrosio. The couple has recently gone public with their relationship, sharing affectionate moments on social media as they celebrate the new year together. Palmer, an Australian jewellery designer, transitioned from modeling to creating men's jewelry after seeking spiritual clarity in Tulum, Mexico. His journey led him to launch his own brand, which emphasizes individuality and adventurous spirit. Palmer's past includes a brief marriage to model Ashley Hart, adding an intriguing layer to his story as he and Ambrosio explore their budding romance. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. we encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn the lights on screen. What's the latest thing?